So one thing that, we often discuss in conversations is every time the census comes out, there's 80,000 vacant properties that are vacant, right? So should the government be taxing those people in order to incentivize them to come back onto the market? Because that will get more stock, so maybe it will balance out the prices.
I can tell you right now that there's not 80,000 vacant properties.
Okay.
There isn't 80,000 vacant properties.
Okay.
Definitely not. Why are they vacant? Maybe people are using them. Then we have a lot of Maltese who have summer homes, so they use them as well.
Right.
I think the government should simply just get a computer, attach it to all their meters, and if their meter's running, they have to ask why it's vacant.
Correct.
That's the simplest way to do it. Look, my opinion, and I'm 100% with the new 15% tax of rentals.
Right.
And I'm not saying anybody should have ever cheated the government of their tax, but with 15% tax, everybody should pay tax. And I think there should be severe fines if people don't pay tax.
If people don't pay at least that 15%.
It's a straight 15%. It's as easy can be. Unfortunately, in life, not just Malta, everywhere in the world, the government takes tax. So you just have to calculate, look, if I'm renting for $1,000 a month, $850 is mine and $150 is the government's.
Right.
But at least it's not like it was before, where 55% was the government's and 45% was yours.
At which point was it like that?
You have to pay 35% tax.
Right.
On your income. You have to pay, back then, the license fee of the flat. You have to pay the agent to rent it for you. Do the math. It's 55% or 54%.
It adds up.
It adds up. And yeah, back then, I understood that no one wanted to pay tax or they wanted to lower the price. But today, it's a straight 15% tax. No one should be avoiding that.
Right. So what you're saying is that these people that are saying that their property is vacant just need to head over to the fucking housing authority and register as a rental property.
Exactly.
But you do see some properties that are vacant, like Rudolph Street,
the abandoned properties are a different story. The abandoned properties are very simple.
Right. What would you do?
Family of 8 people. You've got 3 in Australia, 2 in America, 2 in London, and 1 in Malta. They can't agree on nothing, and it's going to stay empty forever. I would text them on it. Mm-hmm. I would say if you have a dare, I would give them a year to get their shit together.
Right.
And tell them, look, from January 2025, first, if you don't do nothing with that property, we're going to tax you X amount of the value of that property per year.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's normal in many, many countries that there's a tax of the value of your property every year.
There's a tax even if it's not vacant.
Yes, even if it's not. No, in America, you have to pay anywhere from 1% to 2% of the value of your property every year as tax. But then you have garbage collection, you have the fire hydrants, the meters, the water, everything taken care of, and you don't have to ever...
You have an upgraded or well-maintained community.
Community, exactly.
Are you in favor of that?
I would love to see that. And I'm working very hard on it because I've just bought an international franchise for property management, so condominiums and stuff like that. So we will officially, we're already working quite well. We've got quite a few condominiums, but I will sort of launch it properly.
But what you're talking about is private enterprise here.
Yes.
For you.
Yes.
No, I'm saying, would you be in favor of, let's say, if we all had to pitch in 1% of the value of our property in order for every year, so we'd have cleaner roads?
I'd want to be sure that what we're paying for we'll get.
Yeah.
Okay. Because yes, I would. Look, if it's going to make the community better and it's going to make our quality of life better, I think yes.
Okay.
It should happen, but.
If you're going to just take my 1% and fuck off
don't just
with
come and take my money and I walk outside my door and I first step on the first piece of dog shit that's been there for 5 days. You understand what I'm trying to say? Or I'm behind the garbage truck, which is smoke and exhaust is actually killing people in the street.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, if you pay, and then you'll see how clean things get.
Okay. So I'm getting that you're for taxing vacant properties if it means, getting these properties back on the market, helping
Exactly.
with the stock, obviously making our streets less unsightly as well. Because, some of these derelict properties are just a fucking eyesore. Like Rudolph Street, for
But
example.
sometimes you can't blame them. I mean, if they're in arguments and the families in Australia, it's difficult.
I know.
It's difficult.
Mushek. But it's difficult. But that's the job of the government, is to deal with difficult shit.
But probably out of the group of the family, let's say there's 10 kids.
Yeah.
There are probably 5 of them that do want to solve it. So if they put a tax on these derelict property, you would be helping those 5 people. And probably the 5 people that want to solve it are the ones who live in Malta.
Mushek.
So you would be helping people actually cash in on their inheritance.
Mela, tlaqna?